Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for February 8th through the 14th, 2021. Short comments, quick responses. Dumez, a hot tip. Record your audio on the phone and the PC at the same time. Use whichever you prefer, but if one fucks up, you have a backup. That's a great tip. But for any of these long recordings, I just restart the phone. You know, kind of like a computer when it messes up. Usually a restart fixes things. Usually. Will's VG Addiction. Rick, what Patreon tier do I need to be in to have you poop on a NES game? Or do I just donate $5 to have you poop in a box like Aaron Kosharski? What kind of poop play is Radical Rick going to introduce to the game? Yeah, Aaron Kosharski actually did that shit. He actually shit in a box. You know what would be really hilarious? Let's say I do like an unbowling. You know, an unbowling, right? You know, show off Saturday, I just open the lid and, you know, I show off all my little hidden gems there. You know, this horrifies a lot of you, doesn't it? Don't worry, I'm not going to do that. Sorry for the notification error. Razzo. I think James and definitely kickstarted the Angry Reviewer fad on YouTube, James Rolfe, inspiring people like the Irate Gamer, RMake21, and countless others, but I think blaming him for snobbish retro collectors is a bit of a stretch. People have collected toys and comics long before YouTube was ever a thing, so I think people like Pat the Nest Punk would have popped up whether James hit it big or the AVGN or not. Well, I think Pat would have popped up eventually, yeah, but, you know, he wouldn't have nearly been where he is if it wasn't for, you know, getting that start from the Angry Video Game Nerd. You know, just looking at Pat, you're like, okay, you know, yeah, I mean, he would have had like something, but it wouldn't be, I just hold to that. I just don't think without that shout out, he would have been anywhere near that. And it can be a little bit unfair to criticize James for all these, you know, e-begging YouTubers now we have to deal with, but, you know, James actually innovated the whole movie thing also, so I get it. I understand it. It's, you know, but you can criticize him for being the godfather of retro gaming on YouTube, but not specifically. I get all the e-begging that's out of control right now, but again, he did have that movie that he e-begged for, okay? Destroyer of Heroes, fourth time trying to leave this comment. Did you see Review Tech USA take a shirt off for $50 in front of Tommy Tellerico? I hate YouTube. Did that really happen? Okay, for some reason, I really don't want to see that. I will ask one question, though. Was a cucumber involved in any of that? You know, did Tommy do anything with one of those interesting vibrating fancy controllers? I'm just curious. You know, sounds like something on OnlyFans, right? Sean A., I'm waiting for an ad for Dollar Shave Club for MGR. I think he should not do the Dollar Shave Club, but maybe do the thing with the you know, what's the lawnmower, the thing that, you know, it's like, I use this for my pubes. This is a Patreon special. Check it out. You know, I shave my little hidden gems. How not to play. Hi, Rick. I love balls. Well, I'm not going to, you know, criticize you for that. I mean, you know, feel free to love who you want to love. Oh, you're talking about the Balls 3D game. You know, well, at least somebody does. That thing is, you know, I might do a future review of that. That's a weird fighting game experience I had. Energy Turtle. The sad thing is, on the simplistic old AVGN vids, he would often use some great camera angles. My favorite old episode is the Atari 5200. That is a great example. Look at all the shots he used. Now he literally just sits there with a single camera shot the entire time. Sometimes it could be like simple things like the camera angles. You know, those old uploads from James, they have a charm to them that the new ones do not. And even though they're not as they're not as fancy, they still hold up better and they have charm. You know, on some Show Off Saturdays, even though, you know, they're very basic and I'm just using a phone to record things, some of those are actually kind of interesting and some of you have your favorites. And believe me, they're very simplistic. A lot of you like the one where I went into the woods and I found that a game in the wild or it was in a magazine or something like that. So, yeah, sometimes it's just like, it can be simplistic is what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be fancy to be special. And his new uploads not nearly as good as the old ones. Dumez, you had better feel that Caitlyn Jenner is super sexy and crank your yank to her. It's not what you said, but that's what I like to say. Crank your yank to her. Otherwise, you are spreading hate speech. So that's what it is right now. You know, like to all those people that had to take pictures of him and actually play along with the fantasy and, you know, stop from rolling their eyes and everything. That's just the hilarious thing, okay? You want me to believe that you're a female Bruce Jenner. Like, okay, you're a female. But then you have to be super sexy also. Get the fuck out of here, all right? Jesus. Tosin Stardom. I thought Twinkies were the go-to in the States. We dive into Lamington sponge cake down here. I think, well, Twinkies are popular, yeah. But I would say chips and cookies. Probably chips and cookies are the go-to treats. But if you don't think that way, feel free to, feel different if you want to. Is there any polls? Is there any polls that we can point to? We need some polls. I'm not sure. Something to back this up. I just feel like chips and cookies, those are the snack food, junk food staples in America. Juliet India Mobile. L-carnitine is big in the bodybuilding world. One of those staple supplements some folks use in place of a thermogenic. But then them cookies for sure holds back the gains. Yeah, I could see cookies holding back gains and everything. I could see that, certain snack foods. But I think I'm eating a couple cookies with some Progresso and potatoes, and I'm just kind of mixing it up a little bit. I will tell you one thing. I had some almond butter last night. I've never tried almond butter. Apparently it's kind of like peanut butter with the oil in it. I had it before I went to bed, and I woke up just feeling terrible. Maybe almond butter or whatever's in there, maybe it clogs stuff up. I'm not sure, but I ain't eating that stuff again, The Winged Avenger. Back to Nature has brown sugar. It doesn't matter how much it is. It's 1,000,000 times better than white sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Also, the palm oil in a Chips Ahoy is lethal. It's a no-brainer in terms of health. Of course, Chips Ahoy can't be beaten. I'll give you my recipe for healthy chocolate chip cookies. They taste even better than Chips Ahoy. I think he actually came back and actually left a comment on one video. You guys can search it. It was from a couple days ago. He gave a recipe for healthy chocolate chip cookies. So yeah, I guess cookies can be reasonably healthy. And about the brown sugar, is that also another word for cane sugar? Because it says cane sugar on the label here. That's brown sugar. Yeah, and you told me about white sugar, and I'm just going to try to avoid white sugar the most I can. It's all about brown sugar. Delicious brown sugar. Am I right, sisters? Sean A. Hadouken! Sorry, headphone users. Matt Dragon. Thanks for another great video, and I hope you are doing well. I used to like Chips Ahoy, but they just don't taste the same to me anymore. I like Oreos and Keebler better now. Keebler has some okay tasting products. The Vina Fingers, those are pretty good. Oreos, I've always felt Oreos, at least the chocolate ones, are fucking nasty. Fucking nasty. Just something about the taste of them. I just can't I can't put my finger on it, but I can't deal with Oreos. And did you know there's a new Lady Gaga Oreos? The package is pink, and then the cream is green, and then it's I think it's pink and green. It just probably tastes horrendous, but look fabulous. Failsafe Dictator. Rick, when you get some time, check out this Bill Maher video he did last night. It was really spot on. He also addresses OnlyFans, which you and everyone else have stated what it really is in the past. Did you disable links? Whenever I try to post, I get comment failed to post. In any case, search new rule not in it together with Bill Maher. No, I didn't disable links. I did not. So maybe there's just some issues with YouTube. I don't fucking know. But no, I didn't disable links. I watched that video, and that was interesting. He broke down a lot of things. And there's one term he used, which is kind of funny, fappy hour. They said between 3 to 4 is when most people just kind of find to get on there. So, and it was just a really interesting video. And he also brought up how, people talk about side hustles, Lyft drivers, and, how nobody really wants to do that stuff. And, OnlyFans, breaking down OnlyFans. Well, let's just say that I can't give a long response. I might do a side hustle, a side upload with my detailed thoughts on OnlyFans in the future there. Failsafe Dictator. Undead Ocarina Gamer. Bacon. It's made out of people. Do not consume bacon. Joking aside, I heard pigs were smart. I barely had bacon in my life. I enjoyed it at points. Yeah, how people would think about it. That's a funny comment. Bacon is made out of people. Well, bacon is made out of fairly intelligent animals, on the same level of dogs. And somebody came by and updated me that in parts of South Korea, I thought it was just like a what do they call that? Like a joke, the terminology, damn it, tip of my tongue. I'll remember it later. But I thought it was a joke that dogs were eaten in South Korea. But actually, there's corners and places you can go in South Korea and eat dogs. So that's just one horrific scene I never really want to see. So I'm not going to South Korea anytime soon. But yeah, pigs. Pigs are pretty smart, but bacon is delicious. So what do you do? Billy 5 Tick. Excellent rebuttal. You're wasting your talent, Rick. Laugh out loud. I think that was one of my better uploads so far in February, or one of my better responses. Hell, probably if that was relabeled as a rad response, which it probably could have been when I'm thinking back on it, I think it's one of my best comments I have left, just period. I think it was. And you say that I'm wasting my talent. Well, no, I'm not wasting my talent because I'm spreading my talent along in real life mostly. So all my vocal skills, all these skills that I exhibit on the channel, honestly, I usually use and concentrate most of these talents to get trim, usually. So I'm not wasting it. Believe me, the talent is being used elsewhere. Ryan Glover. Perfect reply, Rick. My 12-year-old daughters are gay and they are amazing with no attitude, unlike the person you responded to. I am raising them first and foremost to be human beings who can enjoy life and appreciate others and their situations. I don't want them to act in a certain way just because they are gay, nor do I want them to be status obsessed by putting others down. Well, that's good. I always thought, if I had kids, which hopefully will never happen. That's one of my biggest fears in life, is actually having kids. And some of you say, Rick, it's not that bad. You have kids, you would love them. I know. But I'm just really set on not having kids. Or if I do, no time soon. That's the last thing I want. And I thought, what would happen if I had a kid that, was gay, or lesbian or whatever? How would that... I would, of course, I would probably have the same approach as you do. I would accept them. I wouldn't try to change someone that is gay or a lesbian because, I put myself in that position. If I was born gay or lesbian, if I was born that way, then, what are you going to do? What can you do, right? It's like asking me right now. It's like asking me right now to switch and suddenly dudes when I like chicks. V Chill. Jay thinks he's Shady Jay. Jay thinks he's going to bring arcades back by opening a small arcade with a handful of secondhand machines. There's a reason there's hardly any arcades anymore. The 80s are over. Yeah, I haven't heard about him trying to do that. I just don't see in 2021 if the idea is that you're going to actually have the arcade set up and people are going to put coins in the arcades. Some of those machines are like $1, right? So who's going to pay 50 cents or $1 to play some Mortal Kombat games, some old school stuff? Who's going to pay that much money? We have emulators, we have ROMs, we have Game Pass. Who's going to pay that much money to go somewhere and play on these machines? Now, if it's a set rate and you go somewhere, hey, here's $5. Give me an hour in here to play whatever machines I want. Okay, then maybe I could possibly see that. But the thing with arcades is those arcades, a lot of them were built for people to lose. Those games were tough. They were built for you to lose and put more quarters in, Carl, I kind of like them, but they're not for everyone though. I think you, in reference to the Game Chasers, you said you kind of like them, but they're not for everyone, though. Hey, that's how I feel about, pregnant chicks. Mike Coolgreen. Pigs should be able to play video games since Justin Silverman can play video games. Hey, Mike Coolgreen. I think fat people like Justin Silverman, that's a protected class. You cannot talk about protected classes. Not on this channel, Mike Coolgreen. Right? I got a whole list here, right? Actually, no, that's actually kind of funny, Let's see. How not to play. Can I get a oink Rick? How not to play. That's what I asked your mama last night. Oh! oh, shit. Damn it. Failsafe Dictator. Rick, did you catch John Riggs' latest video shilling for the Amico? It has a troll title, but he started off with a sketch sponsorship. Is this what happens when you hit 100K? Rick, just listen to him explain what the app is for, then you tell me that's something he actually uses today. Shady as heck. Oh, it's time. Well, failsafe dictator, I only have so much time. A lot of you don't understand. I only have so much time here. I only have so much time, so I don't know if I'll have time to even watch or respond to that, right? You should see the responses I get every day. It's crazy here. Comedy Room. Laugh out loud at the Porky Pig game. Thanks for discussing this, Rick. This type of stuff always fascinates me. This was talking about the pig playing the video game. Hopefully the pig, there's not a donate button. And, I'll probably make a joke there and everything. How pay pigs donate. I could probably do something there, but not enough time. The Porky Pig game. I tell you what sucks about that game. I could do an angry nerd rant on that. Is that tree level? You go up, and then you slide down and you have to, time the jumps perfectly. Okay, there's a call coming in, but I don't give a fuck. You have to time the jumps perfectly. Have to time them perfectly, or else I'm just distracted by this phone call. I'm gonna let it go through, then I'm gonna go back to it. Don't worry, it's not potential trim. It's, somebody I don't want to talk to. The downsides of having a phone to use your recording. That's what it is. Okay, are you done there? Are you done? Okay. But I'm telling you, to be for a kid, that game, that tree is brutal. But then, I went through it after, falling off the tree or just committing pig suicide off the tree because I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I go right up and it's pretty easy. Apparently, I think one part that makes it really difficult, that tree level, is sometimes Nestbox kind of glitches and your jumps, the timing is thrown off. So the timing was off and then I did it perfectly. But now I'm pretty much a pro at getting up that tree in the Porky Pig game. Carlomo, better watch Steve of War. Very funny, underrated YouTuber. If any of you like Tomb Raider, he is a must. Okay, so my question is, he's a channel about Tomb Raider, okay, I'm guessing. So it's a Tomb Raider-eccentric channel. As long as he doesn't dress up like Laura, and put some big fake knockers on and expect people to, call him Laura, then I might give that channel a look. The Winged Avenger. I'm sure God has nothing better to do than punish people who use his name in vain. Exactly. A deity. Super, super powerful deity like God. God's actually going to be watching everybody every single second, every moment. And he's going to be keeping track of when you say his name in vain. I don't get it. Sean A. James' new name should be Slightly Inconvenienced Full-Time Dad. He's a slightly inconvenienced full-time dad. Doesn't work, Sean. Redo that, Sean. Red Strass 97. Watch Life After People on the History Channel. It's a pretty good breakdown of how long things last if humans disappear. May give you an idea of how living during a zombie apocalypse could be regarding that area. Sounds interesting. I might check it out. Ducky. This is a very good topic. I think this is the reason why I keep playing old games instead of new ones, or even move away from games entirely. They bring back the feeling of those times. Maybe it's better to move on, but I truly appreciate these past experiences and people I shared them with. Yeah, I got games, an opposite thing, where, there's people that I used to play games with that are no longer here. And sometimes I avoid playing those games because it brings back memories. I know it shouldn't matter that much, but sometimes it makes me sad. Sometimes we look back and it actually makes us sad when we see things that we own, old pictures, and it makes us sad because people that we look into pictures, of course, are no longer here. I think there's something to be said about, not looking to the past, but you can look to the past, Ducky, and you can, appreciate and enjoy those moments and those games and those memories you have with people. I think the key is actually just not to get lost in the past, to not let it paralyze you from, having some happiness in the future. Okay, that's a wrap. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.